Love and peace. So the Cornish temple received a letter from a man who's claiming to be a Mason. And I would like to go over the letter with you. How many people have terrorized in the name of Islam? Why the need to kill or hate against the believers of the true God? The outright rejection of reason when it conflicts with faith. Condoning of violence, both by doctrine and by the nations. Disregard for progress and insistence on following one book for eternity. Extraordinary claims without any evidence. Subjugation of women. Disrespect to life by validating death as a punishment for anything un-Islamic, quote unquote. The denial of all the above. Monotheistic extremism. Islam banks on monotheism, which is not a copyright or intellectual property of this religion, as monotheism has its roots since ages prior to the birth of Islam. Arabs, quote unquote, did practice a different kind of monotheism, along with polytheism and paganism. Read pre-Islamic Arabia. However, Islamic monotheism is something uniquely terrible in contrast with monotheism or Zoroastrianism, Hellenistic monotheism, Vedic monotheism, so on. False scientific claims. Needless to say, all religions on the planet have been claiming false scientific claims for hundreds of years, and Islam is not an exception here. The biggest nonsense with all religions, including Islam, is that they skim through the very topmost superficial scientific statements without even knowing their facts correct. Come up with the same claim for their religious text, including Quran with a Q. Does that not sound right? The shrine is a party house now. You have no degree work, just philanthropy. Worshipful Pike would be very disappointed in you. So we'll go through the bullet points. How many people have terrorized in the name of Islam? Why the need to kill or hate against the believers of the true God? And he speaks of God, and God is Christian. How many have terrorized in the name of Christianity? We already have the demonstrations of the popes of Rome promising booty and prize to all of his crusaders. He said, I'm not going to pay you up front. Your payment is going to be the booty and prize that you get during the conquest. As well, he speaks of the believers of the true God. But there's belief, faith, and fruition. He's speaking on the lowest form. That's belief. And then you have faith, and fruition is the highest, the knowing, which his Jesus says, my people suffer from lack of knowing. And he also specifically called his quote unquote true God Eli, or Allah. He says the outright rejection of reason when it conflicts with faith. Oh, he went up 1 degree, but he still has not made it to fruition, and that's knowing. Condoning of violence. Well, we spoke of the El Hatima in regards to the Shriners and the Masons. What do they say? If you sketch one piece of this truth on a piece of wood, you agree to be murdered and your eyes picked out by birds. Again, condoning of violence. So the Shriners in these days and times, again, and the Masons say El Hatima, El Hatima. If you put one jot, one yod of this on a piece of wood sketched or tell anybody, we're going to cut your tongue out. You're going to be on the burning sands. Your eyes are going to be picked out by the birds. So this man is in clear contradiction. Disregard for progress and insistence on following one book for eternity. I would like to also add he spoke of disregard for progress and insisting on following one book for eternity. Prior to 1929, people identified themselves as Muslim, and then they reformed and tried to progress Islam and started calling themselves Muslims. And then the Quran got changed from the K to the Q and all of that. But in regards to the Shriners, or the secret work of the ancient Arabic order of nobles of the mystic shrine, the ancient quote-unquote Arabic order of nobles of the mystic shrine was instituted by Mohammedan Caliph Ali. You hear that? Mohammedan. So he's speaking clearly against Islamism when Caliph Ali, a Mohammedan, is who instituted the secret work of the ancient order. Some of these men deserve to get smacked with spiked gloves. Islamism is an old-time religion. It existed way before Muhammad. I repeat, Islamism existed way before Muhammad. We already went over all the studies. It's on the Cornish temple right here. The Moors are the ones who brought the Europeans out of darkness into marvelous light in regards to bathing, astronomy, what they call astrology, mathematics, all of that, architecture. Even the three magi that was following the star in regards to Yehoshua or Jesus, they was Moors. They had the crook, which is the 7 or the yod that was etched on the walls. We already went over that on the last demonstration in regards to Tahuti or Thoth, with the 7 or the yod that was changed from the 7 to the G that's on the compass and square. Islam is I self law and master. Yehoshua says, does not your law say that ye are gods? Allah or your God is within you, and you have a higher self and lower self. Albert Pike would be disappointed in you. No, he wasn't, because he knew I was coming. He put me within the morals and dogma, the Deleth, the 7, the Yod. He knew he wasn't going to live to find the true meaning of the logos, but he knew his bloodline, an adept born not made, was going to come forth and find the information. But if you don't want to listen, then don't listen, because all you're going to do is just die. And I want to close with what he has right here, Vincam omnis nomine Dei, which is conquer all things in the name of God. Conquering is taking by force. And isn't that exactly what the Christian Crusades did? They conquered in the name of quote unquote God. Indios, all of that is the conquest of the Moorish Empire, conquering in the name of God. Pretty much the only thing that he got right in regards to monotheism, all quote unquote religions have went off the rail and they have messed up. However, all the true information is universal if it only has truth attached. Again, Buddhism, Confucianism, Mohammedanism, even Christianity, if the truth is revealed, it all is united as one. But they have went off the rails. All of them have. But that's not what we stand for over here. We stand for universal principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice with all nations. I leave you in love and peace. Islam, Islam, Islam. Shalom, shalom, shalom.